will never forgive those people who betrayed me because they nearly gave me a stroke, Shettima. Senator Kashim Shettima, the vice president, recently faced severe criticism following his statement a few days ago. He suggested that it would be more appropriate for the worst Christian rather than a Muslim to assume the position of Senate president. In response to the backlash, the vice president publicly apologized to the Islamic community in Nigeria. Wow. You know what is fun? Okay, let's finish reading. In his apology, Senator Shettima emphasized that his unwavering devotion to Islam and explained that he cannot compromise his faith at this point in his career due to his ancestral roots. He clarified that his earlier statement was made within the context of highlighting the presence of a Muslim president and vice president and his belief that a Muslim should not hold the additional position of a Senate president. Oh, wow, you're really doing us such a favor. Wow, prove to us that you're so open-minded. He earnestly sought forgiveness from the Muslim community and assured them that he would refrain from making such remarks in the future. Quoting the same exact statement released by Senator Kashim Shettima, he said, "I will never forgive those people who betrayed me because they nearly gave me a stroke. I sincerely did not have any intention to cause harm to any individual or the Islamic religion. However, as an imperfect human being, I seek forgiveness from the community and my Lord. I pledge that I will never reiterate such words again. I'm a devout Muslim and my family lineage has faithfully followed the path of Islam for more than 1,400 years." Wow. I mean, first of all, it's the fact that he apologized to Muslims, not even Christians, because the insult is literally towards Christians. He's literally saying, at least have the worst Christian, in office to justify the fact that there's a Muslim president and vice president. You're not doing a favor. You could have literally said, oh, you know what? Since why did they have to use the phrase worst Christian rather than a Muslim? I'm so confused. It's more appropriate. And I'm like, wow, like as if the vice president and the president's position isn't meant to be at least, the top position to express or even demonstrate the most diversity that it could find. Both are Muslims, both are from the north. One half from the north and then one is from the Western world. Western Nigeria. But it's like, I don't get it. I don't think he's making himself, and I think this is how, they really show their true colors, because now you've gotten what you want. You want to then leave everything else. I'm not saying the Senate president's position is a small position. I'm not saying that. But in the context of saying, you know what, rather than another Muslim to be there, let's make it fair. At least, even the worst Christian, a worst Christian can just take that position, And it's like, don't you find that insulting? And it's like, you're now apologizing, but he's apologizing to Muslims. And I think, okay, fine. If you want to take your religion seriously, and you find that to be a core part of your identity, great, fantastic, good for you. I'm happy for you. In fact, God bless you. Fantastic. But you're vice president. You are not a chairman of somebody. You are actual vice president. And the way you carry your religion on your head, it's like, bro, like, you think that your biases will not come into play? And it's the same thing. If a Christian was in office, which, not that he is, that's not reflecting the current position, but if a Christian was in office or any other religion And in every statement, you just seem to find it, incomplete that, if you don't mention how much of a devout Muslim that you are. Like, isn't that a problem? You don't have to, we know you're Muslim. Why are you bringing it up? Why do you have to, emphasize your religion and its connection to your role and how it's a key part of your career? What? It's not a country of Muslims. You have diverse people who practice different things. Yes, the majority is Islam and Christianity, but still, you're not there to promote your religion. In fact, religion is not Nigeria's problem. I mean, it is Nigeria's problem, let's be honest. But promoting it and then saying, I'm Muslim, I'm this, it doesn't do anything for us. I don't see what it does. And it's just, again, as I said in my previous analysis, I just do not prefer to talk about news like this to just focus on him alone. I think we have to now step out of the vice presidency and what he's saying and how he had suffered a stroke. I mean, that's I don't know what to say about that. But, this then causes a rift and, and conversation between why would he talk about Christians like that? Why would he never apologize to Muslims? He's meant to apologize to Christians. And it's just like, well, you can't expect anything less from people. Did you see, if you want to analyze the APC's campaign to how they've gotten their presidency and the comments that they've made, their tactics, hiring fake bishops. I mean, it's actually a lot. These people have actually committed the worst. And I think what makes the conversation hard is because, when you look at people's opinions and comments, the first thing you see is such harsh comments, even from Christians and also Muslims, saying, wishing evil, wishing this, wishing that. And it's just like, I just can't, because for people who have stereotypes of Muslims and also Christians, it then allows for that back and forth, and it's like, he's a vice president, and if he can make such provocative comments, oh my days, it's crazy because within political parties and their spokespersons, it's usually their spokespersons that will make provocative comments, incite hate, incite division. It's like they just employ people to throw diesel and a match into, let's say, the social media space, and then boom, watch it catch on fire, and then they close their arms and they look and say, wow. So I think, we then try to call these people and their political parties to order. Now, let alone a vice president, even the president. It's like, if these people can show they're capable of, does anyone not cross-check what they give out there? I mean, with social media, these people can express what they want these days. But again, it just shows our danger in having a president, a vice president that, to be honest, most of the time is reckless. If it's like, okay, we mistake here and then, okay, great. But what you're coming at is, what you're saying usually is meant to be polished, refined, as in it's even given to you. He probably didn't even write it. That is how he should be speaking. No one cross-checks his tweets. Please, put what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.